LongHaul Larry, and that there is my snowmobile trailer. And I'm supposed to be instructing and stuff, but there's nothing to be instructed about. Everybody knows what he's doing. But he's actually was out on a service call, and he had his truck, had the whole crane and everything, and he was able to pick this thing right up. But I'll show you guys what's going on, what's all busted, and what the problem is. He's actually got the bolts off the axle already, but I had bought brand new bolts, and I bought too long of bolts. So I had called Tracy, she's in town, and she's buying me some shorter bolts. But then he didn't end up breaking any of them, so I don't know, he might reuse them, who knows. But he's pulling the axle off right now, and you guys will see what the damage is. Pretty lucky we caught this at this time, you know. This thing is ready to go.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah, I know. Well, that's how easy it is. There's an axle. You can see how a torsion springs work. They don't have leaf springs like that. They have that big, it's like a spring-loaded deal that attaches right to the axle, and it's all spring-loaded inside here instead of having leaf springs. I thought that's what was wrong with it, but it wasn't. That's what was wrong with it. That one down there is cracked and everything. The best way to repair this would be to cut this whole thing out. Cut this whole frame member back out of here. Weld it all in here and stuff. But I don't have my welders here and everything else. And so we're just going to do a temporary fix. I think it'd get a good year out of it or so.
probably two.
I mean a year or two, and I mean whatever. If I get, maybe this next spring or something like that, I'll tear it apart and actually fix it correctly. But this will make it so it's good. I did like my non-Triton way to tie downs. I made those. You know how they do these stupid things? What they do is they sell an aluminum block, and it slides up in here, and then it's threaded half inch 20 thread.
Yeah.
And it's an aluminum block that slides up in there, and then that's how you do your tie down things into those. Well, after one season with that metal bolt into that aluminum, it strips it out every year. So you got to replace those things every year. So I welded this up with these nuts on here, and that actually sits up in there. And there's supposed to be a screw that holds this up in there, but it kind of rotted out. This one's in place, you can see. So I got screws in and holding it. That one just fell out of place. But that was just, because I mean, every single year, every one of these aluminum trailers, this is the way they do this.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
And they say aluminum lasts forever.
Yeah, aluminum lasts forever, right? That's pretty bad.
That's all the way through.
Yeah, that's ready to go. Very lucky caught this. Well, I mean, it was only hauling Tracy's snowmobile.
That would have been fine.
Yeah, I don't care. That would have tumbled off the back of it, Alright, I'm gonna get the metal and stuff. Well, this boy knows what he's doing. You can see what we got done here now. We got brackets all up in here, all bolted up. So it's over there. We got the bolt holes lined up for the bolts, for the axle to bolt to it again. And then there's metal on the bottom side too. Now we're doing the bottom side. That one was a little cup, so we're using those brackets there to kind of straighten it. And I think that's a beauty pageant wave. That's Shy. That's Tracy's daughter. This is her fiance. What you looking for?
PV blast. Give her a little
little squirt.
Like I said, this is just a temporary thing. It'll get me through the year till my body recovers. And then I'll have to take this whole frame member out of here and weld all new frame members in here. But that side, it had a wire harness deal tube that ran along. We had to break that apart so we could actually bolt this through, but it worked out okay. Perfect. Yeah, that'll hold it.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Well, we are almost done with this. We're actually decided, since we have this thing up in the air, to redo the wiring. So I had bought a whole new wire spool and have it ran all the way up through here. Coulter here is finishing up, just tapping the wires in for the clearance lights are up in the corners. And I just have it spooled up to the front here. I'll put a new plug on the front here and everything. I just have it taped so I have the right length and everything, and I'll do that later. But wow, we have the surf truck with the lift on it. It's just so much easier. But this has come out really sweet. This is the trailer's actually gonna ride right now. And not burn so many tires to see the hole in the wood. But yeah, it was very lucky you caught this. Very lucky that Coulter was able to do this for me. And I had the equipment here too. This was cool. But he goes out on service calls and stuff, and I'll insert a video here.
We got coming in here. Oh wait, just Swift. Running on rim. He's got his reverse light on. Oh, just started. Holy come on, buddy, get those trailer brakes to release. I'm just shaking the hell out of your truck, but you ain't going nowhere, bud.
Of a guy that was backing into his shop. And I know everybody likes to pick on the Swifty. Well, this was a guy that needed to be picked on. So, yeah.
You wouldn't even give us his name.
No, you wouldn't even give out his name?
No.
I wouldn't have either. And then he went on another service call today.
Brakes locked.
And the brake drum was completely broke.
Right rear
And it's one of those situations where the boss goes, I can get one more brake job out of those brake drums, I think. They were completely gone. They were actually broke. You had to actually shut them down, right?
Yeah, I had to red tag him. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It was completely broke. You could spin the hub, and brakes are locked up. So.
Yeah, that's bad. But you can see what's all done here and everything. This will last, I mean, at least a year. I mean, it would last for a lot longer, but the problem is it's steel and it's aluminum. When you have steel and aluminum, they corrode. So within the next year or so, I'll end up cutting that beam out of there, putting a whole new beam in there. And by then, tell you the truth, I mean, the axle's getting rusty and all this stuff too. Who knows? Maybe I'll sell the trailer or something.
Could probably sell it for $1,000 now.
$1,000? Oof. Wow.
Someone will still buy it up here.
But we're going to drop her down now, and I just have the wire hanging out here, and I can sit out here in a little stool and maybe do some wiring and stuff later. But we got the majority of it done, so there we go. Catch you guys later. Well, guys, working back on this trailer, and Coulter, he did the whole axles underneath there, and then in Tracy, we did all the wiring. And finished up the wiring. We ran all new wires, and there's all new LED bulbs all the way across here. Everything's all been tested. That's the washer machine that we're taking up with us. Tracy found us on Marketplace for a good cheap cost, and before Coulter left, him and Tracy, little Miss Muscular over there, picked it up and put it out in the trailer. And have to strap it all down, tarp and stuff. But we got all new wiring all the way up to the front and everything. She's got it all wired up, all wire loomed and everything, and a brand new connector on there. Good to go. Now, the one problem with this is the wood on here kind of needs to be replaced. It's getting to that point. She nods yes. It's not really there yet. You still got more use out of it. There's no broken holes in it yet. But the plywood on these trailers, they slide inside of these rails here. They actually go inside the rails. And there's a rail in the center and all this stuff. And the piece of plywood, you got to cut them right to the right length, their width and everything. And then they slide up in there. It's a real pain in the butt. But we're not going to do that right now. But the problem is that this back, you want to take that clamp off of there for me? That top squeeze at that little lever. That top part, there you go. And you can see how this is loose. And there's bolts that go across here, and they've actually worn out, and there was only one bolt that was actually holding it in place. So we actually ran to Menards. Tracy had a doctor's appointment, and we were in town, and I took the one bolt. It's a stainless bolt, a 1/4-20. And these just thread down into this aluminum block here. But I tried to thread it down into this hole, and it's stripped out. So this hole is not going to work anymore. So you can put that clamp back on there. This is muscles. And I told her that we need to get a 1/4-20 tap. And she's, what's a tap? She never knew what a tap is. So we're going to, what's that?
Beer tap.
A beer tap. You know what the beer tap is? So we picked one up, and basically, let's open it up. And what it is it cuts threads into things. And this one here actually just came with the drill bit that you're supposed to use. This is a tap right here. And it cut threads in metal. And then it comes with that drill bit right there. And that drill bit is a little smaller than what you need, than a 1/4 inch. And you drill that out first, and then you screw that tap in, and it will cut threads into the metal. And that way, the bolt will thread in. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole like right here. We're going to drill a hole like right there, down into there, and then we're going to tap that down into it and cut new threads in, and then put a new bolt in. So that's what we're going to do now. So she's going to get her fancy dancy drills out here.
Yeah, they're not yellow.
They're not yellow?
No.
Not yellow or red. Who cares? So just kind of pick a spot in the middle there. Perfect.
That's great.
Don't go too deep. It just kind of, as soon as you feel it go, it's going to go through the top piece of metal. Then it's going to go through the wood, and you want to go just through the next piece of metal just a little bit. It'll cut pretty good because it's aluminum. Now you're into the wood. Now you're hitting the metal again. So keep going. And once you clear that second piece of metal, then you want to stop. Oh, settle on your drill bit. It's slipping. I'll do it again. Not so much pressure. Nope, back it off again. Now spin it without putting pressure on it. Without pushing down on the drill. There you go. You can now just pull it back up in as you pull the trigger. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now we got our hole drilled. So now pull the drill bit out. Now, hang on one second. We're going to do one other thing. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we got kind of the next size drill bit. And the reason why we're going to do this is because we don't need to tap this top piece. We don't need to thread through here. We need to thread through the bottom, the piece of metal below it. And it's a little bit bigger, so it'll allow for these threads to cut through. So now you just want to drill it to where you just hit the wood. So just the top piece of metal, just a little bit. Okay, just spin it a little bit, but no pressure and pulling up, pulling up. There you go, that's all you need. Okay, so now we're gonna get the wood shavings, blow them out. Just kind of blow the stuff out. Okay, there you go. Okay, take the drill bit out. Now put the tap in there. And now we're gonna do something that you kind of not supposed to do. You're supposed to kind of hand start these things, but we're only drilling into aluminum. So we're only tapping into aluminum, just real slow. Hang on, it's not straight in there. Okay. Okay, clamp on it. Tighten it up. So now we're going to actually use the drill to actually cut the threads in. And we're going to just put a little bit of lubrication down in there. And if you can see it, you can see through the top piece. You can see through the wood. You can see the metal down there. That's what we're tapping. So now what you want to do is set that in there. And you want to have it straight up and down. You want to make sure that the drill is straight up and down. Like that. And you want to have a nice steady pressure and pull the trigger very slowly and going down. Okay? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, now put the drill in reverse. Stop, 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 stop. Put it in reverse. And there we go. So now we just cut threads into that one. So here's our new screw. And now we have 1/4 threads down in there, just really lightly. It's only aluminum that you're screwing into. Just give it a little bit of, there you go. Now you can take the clamp off. Just the top part, squeeze, there you go. It's all fixed.
Ta-da!
So there we go. That's what a tap is used for. To put new threads in the metal that you could replace a screw. So we'll do a couple more. We're gonna do one like here and do one over here, and then we'll put the original one that's still threaded over there. And that'll be enough.
We don't need to clamp it, do we?
Nope, you're all good. So just do the same exact thing you just did all over again, 2 more times. There we go. She just got the last screw put in. So now this whole back panel is all screwed back nice and tight. I got to get a couple more of these kick panels. I know one of them is in the back of my F350 that goes over there. Those are for the snowmobile skis when you run it up to the trailer, that the carbides don't hit the back of the metal. It's like a runner up on them, but sometimes I back into snowbanks and it has snapped them off a couple times. And last winter, that one was just about broken off, and I took it off and I put it in my back seat. These two on this side, they broke off and I lost them, so I got to get another set. And then she's going through and she's just kind of tightening down the screws for all the runners. And just tacking those up a little bit. And we got to do that. And then we're going to start loading this thing up. Getting ready to go back to UP.
Gotta pack first.
Go to the Youper. Ooh, back to the Youper house.
Yay.
Yay. So there you go. Basically a complete restoration of a snowmobile trailer. And it looks great. It's awesome.
Now I feel safer with TP.
Oh, very much safer. So there we go, guys. So I'm just going to let you guys go. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night. So watch this here video. And if you're not, certainly just try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.